In this video, we are going to see the 10th chapter, that's vector algebra. Okay, so first of all, what is meant by a vector and what is meant by a scalar? So we'll see what is meant by a scalar quantity. So you would have studied earlier itself. So what is meant by a scalar quantity actually here, which has got only magnitude. Okay, so that only we call it as a scalar quantity. So what is meant by a vector 1 actually here? A vector 1 is nothing but which has got direction as well as magnitude actually here. So direction as well as magnitude, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by saying direction and magnitude? For example, the wind is in the northwest direction, okay, at so and so speed, we say that. So you have direction as well as you have magnitude there. So that only we call it as a scale vector quantity here. So in this chapter we are going to see vector algebra here. So under this vector algebra, first of all, here I have written the different types of vectors you have here. First is what? A zero vector. So what is meant by a zero vector? One which has got zero, okay, in the zero quantity here. So zero vector in this case. So this only we call it as zero vector. So how do you generally denote a vector quantity actually here? So in the direction, suppose I have it as a vector, we just write it like this in the direction here. Okay, so this denotes the magnitude and the direction I have written here. The next one is what? A unit vector. What is meant by unit vector? A unit vector is nothing but which has got only equal to 1. Okay, so here the determinant of the magnitude of is equal to 1, that we call it as a unit vector. Got it? Now here the next one is equal vector. So what is meant by equal vector here? Equal vector is what actually, or in this case the magnitude as well as the direction are said to be equal. So magnitude and the direction, suppose I have a vector like this, so the magnitude is also equal, that is a length or whatever it is, that is also equal here, as well as the direction is also equal in this case. This only we call it as a equal vector here. Okay, the next one is negative of a vector. So negative of a vector is nothing but in the opposite direction. The magnitude, it can be equal here. So for example, if I have it like this and one in the opposite direction, that we call it as negative of a vector. In other words, we say that your AB vector is equal to BA minus BA vector. If it is in the opposite direction, it is equal to minus BA vector. Got it? Now here the next one is your position vector. Let R vector be equal to AI vector plus BJ vector plus CK vector. So here in this case it's given as a vector quantity. How do you find out the magnitude of this vector quantity? So the magnitude of this vector quantity is nothing but here modulus of R vector is equal to square root of, it's nothing but the coefficient of I, that's what A squared plus B squared plus C squared. Okay, so here this is what you have here. This is your magnitude of this vector quantity. Now here the next one is what? How do you find out the unit vector? So unit vector is what actually here, your R cap or whatever it is. Unit vector of this R is equal to R vector by, what is it here? You have modulus of R vector. That's nothing but your magnitude of this R vector you have here. Okay, so this is how you find out the unit vector. These both are important. How do you find out the magnitude of a vector and how do you find out the unit vector here? Got it? So here the next one you're going to see here, what are the operations on this vectors? Addition of a vector, subtraction of a vector. Okay, so addition and subtraction, I have defined only addition here. Suppose if I have two vector quantity, A is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k, B is equal to B1i plus B2j plus B3k. So what is A vector plus B vector equal to? It's nothing but equal to component wise I'll have to add it actually here. That is, so here I have this addition of two vectors. So component wise when I add it, it's I vector. So it is A1 plus B1 into I vector plus what's the next one? A2 plus B2 into J vector plus what's the next one you get here? A3 plus B3 into K vector. The same way you have a subtraction also. So if I have it for subtraction, you will have to do it component wise actually here. So when I do it component wise, what will I get here? A1 minus B1 into I vector plus what's the next one you get here? A2 minus B2 into what will I get here? It's J vector. Plus what's the next one here? It is A3 minus B3 into what will I have here? It's nothing but K vector. So here also you will be having component wise only, you will be doing the subtraction and addition of vectors. Got it? Now the next one what you're going to see here is the triangle property here. So what is a triangle property here? In this case I have drawn a triangle with the direction here AB, BC and CA. So you know what is a triangle property here? It's nothing but sum of all the vector quantities is equal to 0. In other words, I can say that AB plus BC plus CA is equal to 0. Now here, when I change the direction for this one, I can write it as minus AC. So how do I write it here? When I take it to the other side, you will get AB vector plus BC vector is equal to AC vector. This is your triangle inequality. So apart from this, you have certain other formulas also. We'll be seeing it during when we do the exercise here. Okay, what is meant by the internal division, external division, etc. So here internal division, you know, suppose I have 2 points here, x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 you have here. So what in case if it is in what is it here, divided internally in the ratio L is to M. So in that case, what will you write here? Lx2 plus mx1 divided by. Similarly, if it is externally, how do you do that? Okay, so such types you will be seeing under the vectors here. Got it? Yes. Now here we'll start with exercise 10.2 here. Compute the magnitude of the following vectors. So what is compute the magnitude of the following vectors is A equal to I vector plus j vector plus k vector. So I told you how do you find out the magnitude of this vector here. So what is your magnitude of this vector? Modulus of A vector is equal to square root of the coefficient of each vectors. I'll have to write here the components. Okay, I'll have to square and write it. So when you square this, what will I get here? It's 1 squared plus 1 squared plus 1 squared, which is equal to root 3. Okay, so here what is this magnitude you get for this vector? It is equal to root 3. Got it? Now here your second one. What's the second one you get here? Actually here your B vector. So what is your B vector equal to here? Your B vector is equal to 2I vector minus 7j vector minus 3k vector. So what is the magnitude for this vector? What will you get here? Your modulus of B is equal to square root of the coefficient of this one is what? 4. 2 squared. I'll have to square it. So it's 4 plus when I square this you will get it as 49 plus when I square this you will get it as 9, which is equal to square root of 49 plus 4 is what? 53. 53 plus 9 you will get it to be equal to 62. Got it? Now here next one, C is equal to 1 by root 3I plus 1 by root 3j minus 1 by root 3k you get here. Okay, so this is another vector here. I'll have to find out the magnitude of this. So how do you find out the magnitude of this? Your modulus of C vector is equal to square root of, here the coefficient of this, when I square it, what will I get here? 1 by root 3 the whole square. So what is 1 by root 3 the whole square? It's nothing but equal to 1 by 3. So it's 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, which is equal to root of, here 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is what? It's nothing but root of 3 by 3. That's nothing but equal to 1. Okay. The second question, write two differential vectors having the same magnitude. Okay, so that you can write it of your choice. You have infinite answers for that. But here I have just taken here two of same magnitude. I have taken a vector to be A is equal to 3I vector plus 4j vector plus 2k vector. So when I find out the magnitude of this vector, what will you get here? Modulus of A vector is equal to square root of 9 plus 16 plus 4. That's nothing but equal to root of 29. Similarly, I have taken another vector also without the j component I have taken here actually. So what is that you have here? It's 5I vector plus 2k vector, which is equal to square root of, it's 25 plus 4. That's nothing but equal to root of 29. Like that you can take any vectors of your choice and then show that the magnitude is said to be the same. Okay. Now here your third one is also a similar one, but write the vectors having the same direction they have asked here. So having the same direction actually here, your A is equal to I vector plus j vector plus k vector you get here. And this can be also written as 3 into I vector plus j vector plus k vector. It's nothing but in the same direction only you get here. Okay, so here, because if you find the magnitude also, what will I get here? It will be equal to, you will have it as root 3. The same way here also actually here. So you have it as B vector is equal to 3I vector plus 3j vector plus 3k vector. So it's nothing but in the same direction. Only thing is what actually it is 3 times its vector. That's all. Okay. Now here the fourth question here. Find the value of x and y so that the vectors 2I vector plus 3j vector and xi plus yj vector are said to be equal. So when two vectors are said to be equal, what is it actually here? The components are also equal. The corresponding components are also equal. So here if you see, you have it as 2I vector plus 3j vector is equal to xi vector plus yj vector you get. So these two vectors are said to be equal. So the corresponding components are also equal. So what are the corresponding components you have here? X is equal to 2. What are the corresponding j components you get here? Y is equal to 3. So you have found out the values of x and y. That's nothing but x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So when such, they've asked you to find out the unknown values, go through the question correctly. Actually, what else given? What is the condition given? The condition here given is it's equal. So I just equate the two vectors and we find out the corresponding components, that is unknown values there. Got it? Okay. Now here your fifth question here. Find the scalar and vector components of the vector with initial point 2, 1 and terminal point -5, 7. Okay. So find the scalar and the vector components it is given here. So if the initial point is given as x1, y1 and the terminal point is given as x2, y2. Suppose if I take this as a and b here. So what's the formula you get here actually? Or how do you find out the vector quantity for this one here? It's nothing but your AB is equal to x2 minus x1 vector, x1 into I vector plus y2 minus y1 into j vector. So here this is the formula you have here. Got it? So according to my problem, what is my A here? A is nothing but 2, 1. What is your B here? It's nothing but 5 minus 5, 7. So what is this actually here? It's nothing but x1, y1. What is this you get here? It's x2, y2. So it is x1, y1. Here if you see, you've got x2, y2. So here your AB vector is equal to minus x2 minus x1. So what will you have? Minus 5 minus 2 into I vector plus y2 minus y1. What will you get here? What is your y2? What will I have here? It's nothing but equal to 7. So here it is 7 minus 1. So what is 7 minus 1? So here you will have it as minus 7i vector plus what will you get here? It's nothing but 6j vector. Okay, so here we have found out the vector components of this vector with the initial point. So when 2 points are given actually and they ask you to find out the vector components of it, this is how you will have to find out here. Got it? Okay. Now here your sixth question. Find the sum of the vectors. A is equal to I minus 2j vector plus k vector. B equal to minus 2i vector plus 4j vector plus 5k vector. And C equal to minus I vector minus 6j vector minus 7k vector. Got it? I'll have to sum these vectors here. So it's A plus B plus C, which is equal to, I've written all the vectors here. I vector minus 2j vector plus k vector minus 2i vector plus 4j vector plus 5k vector minus I vector minus 6j vector minus 7k vector. Now we'll just add it component wise actually here. So I, so here if you see, you've got this I vector and this minus I vector, it gets cancelled. So you're left only with what actually? Your minus 2i vector. Got it? Now come to the next one. Minus 2j vector plus 4j vector is what? Plus 2j vector. Plus 2j vector minus 6j vector is what? Minus 4j vector. Got it? Now take the k component here. K vector plus 5k vector is what? 6k vector. 6k vector minus 7k vector is what? Minus k vector. So this is how you will have to add the two vectors here. In the introduction part itself, I told you how you add the two vectors there. Okay, you will have to add it component wise. Got it? Okay. Now here your seventh question. Find the unit vector in the direction of the vector. A is equal to I vector plus j vector plus 2k vector. So what's the formula you get for unit vector? Unit vector is equal to the vector divided by the magnitude of that vector. This is what you'll have to find out. Okay. So here, first of all, I'll just write what is the vector given here. Your A vector is equal to I vector plus j vector plus 2k vector. So this A cap is nothing but the notation used for unit vector here. Got it? So here, we'll find out first of all the magnitude of this vector. So what is the magnitude of this vector here? Your mod A is equal to square root of, okay, the coefficient of this, it's 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 square, that's nothing but 4. So here, when you add it, you will get it to be equal to root of 6. Now, unit vector in the direction of this vector is nothing but equal to A by modulus of A vector you get, which is 1 by root 6 into I vector plus j vector plus 2k vector you get. So, how do I write it here? We'll write it as I by root 6 plus j by root 6 plus 2 by a root 6. This is what you have here. So, this is your unit vector. Got it? The eighth one, find the unit vector in the direction of PQ, where P and Q are the points 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 respectively. Okay, so find the unit vector in the direction of P and PQ, where your P is also given and your Q is also given in this case. So here first of all we'll find out the vector, then only I can find out the unit vector here. So for the previous last two questions before, I told you what is it actually, the vector joining any 2 points actually. How do you find out? It's nothing but equal to x2 minus x1 into I vector plus y2 minus y1 into j vector plus z2 minus z1 into k vector. So according to the question here, this is my x1 comma y1 comma z1, and here if you see it's x2 comma y2 comma z2 you get. So how do I find out my PQ equal to x2 minus x1? So how do I write it here? 4 minus 1 into I vector plus y2 minus y1. What will you get? 5 minus 2 into j vector plus what's the next one here? 6 minus 3 into k vector. So how is that you write here? It's 3i vector plus 3j vector plus 3k vector you get here. So we'll find out what is the magnitude of this vector here. So what is the magnitude of this vector? It's mod PQ is equal to square root of, here if you see when I square this you will get it as 9 plus 9 plus 9. So 9 plus 9 plus 9 is what? It is equal to square root of 27. This is what you get here. So I can write this as square root of 9 into 3. So what is square root of 9 equal to? It's nothing but 3 into root 3. That's what I have written here. So this is equal to 3 into root 3. So what is your unit vector equal to? Unit vector is equal to PQ by modulus of PQ. What is it equal to? 3i vector plus 3j vector plus 3k vector divided by 3 into root 3. Now you take this 3 common here. You're left with I vector 3 into I vector plus j vector plus k vector divided by 3 root 3. It gets cancelled. So you are left with 1 by root 3 into I vector plus 1 by root 3 into j vector plus 1 by root 3 into k vector. Okay, so here this is what you have here. This is how you find out the unit vector. Got it? Yes. Now here your 9th question. For the given vectors A equal to 2i minus j plus 2k vector and B is equal to minus I plus j minus k vector, find the unit vector in the direction of the vector A plus B. So here if you see, read the question, they have not asked us the unit vector for A or the unit vector for B particularly here. They have asked us to find out the unit vector of A plus B. So how do you find out actually here? First you will find out what is your A plus B. You know how to add two vectors here. So find out that. After that, how will you find out the unit vector equal to here? The unit vector is nothing but the addition of these two vectors divided by the magnitude of these two vectors here. Okay, so here magnitude of this. This is how you will have to find out the unit vector for this question. Got it? So here we'll see how we can find out here. You have got it as given your A is equal to 2i minus j plus 2k vector, B equal to minus I plus j minus k vector. So what's your A plus B equal to? So now we'll add it component wise here. 2i minus j plus 2k vector minus I plus j minus k vector. 2i minus I, that's nothing but I vector. Your minus j and plus j gets cancelled. Plus 2k minus k, that's nothing but equal to plus k vector. Now we'll find out the magnitude of this. So what's the magnitude of this actually? Here it's modulus of A vector plus B vector, which is equal to square root of the coefficient of this. What will I get? 1 squared plus 1 squared. So it is square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared will give me what here? Square root of 2. Got it? So what is your unit vector equal to here? Your unit vector is equal to A plus B divided by modulus of A vector plus B vector. That's nothing but the same thing. How I told you, know, your A cap is equal to A vector divided by the modulus of A vector. I told you there actually here. Here in this case it's a sum of two vectors, that's all. So what is it you have here? It's I vector plus K vector divided by square root of 2, okay, which is equal to 1 by root 2 I plus 1 by root 2 G. Got it? Sorry, K vector. Got it? Yes. Now here your 10th question. Find a vector in the direction of the vector 5i vector minus j vector plus 2k vector, which has got magnitude 8 units. Okay, so here it has got magnitude 8 units is what is given here. So here very simple. What I'll have to do here is I'll have to find out the what is it here, unit vector in this case. So find out the unit vector divided by this one here. So if it has got magnitude 8 units, it means that you'll have to multiply it by 8, and then I'll have to find out the vector in that direction here. That's what I'll have to do here. So see how we can do this one. Your A is equal to 5i vector minus j vector plus 2k vector you've got here. So your modulus of A vector is equal to square root of 25 plus 1 plus 4 you get, which is equal to root of 30. Got it? Now what is your unit vector equal to here? Your unit vector is equal to 5i vector minus j vector plus 2k vector you get, divided by root of 30. How do you find out the unit vector? That's how you have found out here. So unit vector, we just got 8 units, is nothing but equal to 8 into this vector, 8 into 5i minus j plus 2k vector. So when I multiply it, 8 into 5 is nothing but 40i divided by root 30 minus 8j divided by root 30. The next one is what? 8 into 2 is nothing but 16k vector divided by root 30. Okay. Okay. The 11th question, show that the vectors 2i minus 3j plus 4k vector and minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k vector are said to be collinear. So what is meant by collinear? You would have studied under the geometry part there. It's nothing but it lies in the same plane. So in order to show that in a vector it is said to be collinear, it's enough if I show that my A vector is equal to some constant into your B vector. Got it? So that is what I'll have to prove here. We have to prove that your A vector is equal to lambda into B vector. So what is your A vector equal to? 2i minus 3j plus 4 vector you get here. Okay. And what is your B vector here? Your B vector is equal to minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k vector. So here this can be written as, I can take minus 2 outside. So when I take minus 2 outside, you will have it as 2i vector minus 3j vector plus what will I get here? It's nothing but 4k vector. So what is that I have here? It's 2i minus 3j vector plus 4k vector is equal to minus 2 into the same vector. So what's the value of lambda you get here? Lambda is equal to minus 2, and therefore I can express the vector like this. So I say that it is said to be collinear. Got it? Okay. Now here the next one, 10th question. Find the direction of the vector I vector plus 2j vector plus 3k vector. So we'll see how we can find out the direction. It's very simple here. You'll have to just find the unit vector and write the components of the unit vector. That will give you the direction cosines of the vector. Okay. So you all know how to find out the unit vector here. So how do you find out the unit vector? Let A be equal to I vector plus 2j vector plus 3k vector. So your modulus of A vector is equal to square root of 1 plus 4 plus 9, which is equal to square root of 14. So what is your unit vector equal to? I vector plus 2j vector plus 3k vector divided by what will I get here? Root of 14 you get. So how is that you have here? This is equal to 1 by root of 14 into I vector plus 2 by root of 14 into j vector plus 3 by root of 14 into k vector. So I told you you'll have to write the components of this one here. So what are the direction cosines here? It's nothing but this one, 1 by root 14 comma the direction cosines here 2 by root 14 and 3 by root 14. Okay, so you'll have to just write the components that will give you the direction cosines here. You understood? Okay. Same way you have the 13th one here. 13th one, find the direction cosines of the vector joining the points A and B directed from A to B. Okay. So here before finding the direction cosines, I need to find out the vector. Only then I can find out the unit vector in this case. So how do you find out the vector joining 2 points here? It's nothing but x2 minus x1 into I vector plus y2 minus y1 into j vector plus z2 minus z1 into k vector. So what is this one here? It's nothing but x1 comma y1 comma z1, and here if you see it's x2 comma y2 comma z2. This is what you get here. So your AB vector is equal to x2 minus x1 minus 1 into I vector plus x1 minus 2 into j vector plus 1 minus of minus is what? 1 plus 3 into k vector. So what will you get here? It's minus 2i vector minus 4j vector plus 4k vector. This is what you have here. Now we'll find out the magnitude of this vector, because I need to find out the unit vector to find out the direction cosines. So when I find out the magnitude of this vector, it is equal to square root of, squaring this, it's 4 plus 16 plus 16. Okay, so don't worry about the symbol here, because you're going to square it. Minus 4 the whole square will be only plus, so you will only have a positive sign throughout. Plus 16, which is equal to square root of 36, that's nothing but equal to 6 units. Now find out the unit vector, that's equal to minus 2i vector minus 4j vector plus 4k vector divided by 6. So how do I write it here? It's minus 2 by 6i vector minus 4 by 6j vector plus 4 by 6k vector. So when you simplify this, you will have it as minus 1 by 3i vector minus 2 by 3j vector plus 2 by 3k vector. So what are the direction cosines you get here? The direction cosines are nothing but minus 1 by 3. The next one is what? Minus 2 by 3. And what's the next one you get here? It's nothing but 2 by 3. So these are the components of the unit vector, and they are the direction cosines also. Okay. 14th question. Show that the vector I vector plus j vector plus k vector is equally inclined to the axis OX, OY and OZ. So if it's equally inclined with the axis actually, or OX, okay, so here you have it as OX, OY and OZ, then in that case the angle must be equal. Okay, so the vector with that angle must be equal. So how do you find out the angle in this case? Actually, the angle is nothing but your direction cosines here. Your cos alpha is equal to cos beta equal to and cos gamma equal to. That's nothing but your direction cosines here. So first we'll find out the unit vector here. You get your A to be equal to I vector plus j vector plus k vector. Your modulus of A vector is equal to square root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's equal to square root of 3. So what is your unit vector equal to? I vector plus j vector plus k vector divided by, what will I get here? It's nothing but root 3. So what are your direction cosines you get here? It's 1 by root 3 comma 1 by root 3 comma 1 by root 3, because you can write this as 1 by root 3 into I plus 1 by root 3 into j plus 1 by root 3 into k. What are the components you get? 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3 and 1 by root 3. So let alpha, beta, gamma be the angles with this one here, OX, OY and OZ you get here. So what is your cos alpha? It's nothing but equal to 1 by root 3, the direction cosines. Cos beta, 1 by root 3. What is your cos gamma? It is equal to 1 by root 3. Now when I take it here, your alpha is equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3. What is your beta equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3? What is your gamma equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3? So what is your alpha equal to beta equal to gamma? That's nothing but equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3. Are they the same actually? Therefore, I can say that the given vertices are equally inclined, the given vector, okay, is said to be equally inclined with OX, OY and OZ. Okay. Now here your 15th question. So what's a 15th question you get here? Find the position vector of a R which divides the line joining 2 points P and Q, whose position vectors are I vector plus 2j vector minus k vector and minus I vector plus j vector plus k vector respectively in the ratio 2:1 internally and externally. That's what I told you in the beginning of this itself. If it's divided, you would have studied under analytical geometry here. But here we are studying under vectors. So first of all, if it is divided in the ratio L is to M or M is to N, I have given the formula here. Internal division, it is MB vector plus NA vector divided by M plus N. For external division, it is MB vector minus NA vector divided by M minus N. This is what you get here. So here in this case, in our question, there are two vectors given. So which are the vectors given to us? A vector is equal to, it's given as I vector plus 2j vector minus k vector. Your B vector is equal to minus I vector plus j vector plus k vector, it is given here. And also your M and N is also given. So that is what I have written here. A is equal to I vector plus 2j vector minus k vector. B is equal to minus I plus j plus k. Your M is equal to 2 and your N is equal to 1. Got it? Now we'll go over to the internal division. So internal division, what's the formula? MB vector plus NA vector divided by M plus 1. So how do I write it? My M is nothing but 2 into B vector. It is what? minus I plus j plus k plus your a n is nothing but 1 into a vector I plus 2j minus k divided by 2 plus 1, that's nothing but 3. Got it? So 1 by 3 into, I've just written it as minus 2i plus 2j plus 2k plus I plus 2j minus k. What's the next step you'll have to do here? I'll have to just add it component wise here. Minus 2i plus I will give me what? Minus I vector. 2j vector plus 2j vector is what? 4j vector. 2k vector minus k vector is what? K vector. Got it? Now here the next one, external division. So what is this external division actually? Your external division is also the same way, but you have the minus sign here. Okay, so here I'll just write it as 2 into minus I plus j plus k minus of I plus 2j minus k divided by 2 minus 1. What is your 2 minus 1? That's nothing but 1. Minus 2i minus I. What will you get? Minus 3i plus 2j minus 2j. You will get it as 0j. Here again plus k minus plus 2k minus k, that's nothing but minus of minus, it's plus, so it is 3k, so it is equal to minus 3i vector plus 3k vector. So this is how you do the when it is divided internally and externally, how do you find out the position vector? Got it? 16th question, find the position of the midpoint of the vector joining points 2, 3, 4 and 4, minus 1, 2. So you know generally how do you find out the midpoints? How do you find out the midpoints here? x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. If you have 2 points. Here also I am going to use the same method, but only thing is what it is in terms of the position vector. So how do I write it here? 1 by 2 into 2i plus 3j plus 4k vector plus 4i minus j plus 2k vector. So now added component wise here, 1 by 2 into, it is 6i plus 2j plus 6k vector. So what will I get? It's 3i plus j plus 3k vector. Got it? Now your 17th question, show that the points A, B and C with the position vectors A equal to 3i minus 4j vector minus 4k vector, B vector equal to 2i minus j vector plus k vector, C is equal to I minus 3j minus 5k vector respectively form the vertices of a right angle triangle. So when you think of a right angle triangle itself, you must remember what property is it actually here? It's nothing but going to be your Pythagoras theorem. So according to Pythagoras theorem, what can I do here? Your hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. This is what we call it as hypotenuse. Okay. So here this is what I have written here. Okay, your modulus of AB the whole square plus CA the whole square is equal to BC squared. So I need to find out what is AB, what is CA and what is your BC. But to us given are only the position vectors. What is this position vectors from the origin here? OA vector is equal to this one, OB vector is equal to here and your OC vector. So we'll find out what is your AB vector here. So how do you find out your AB vector? It's nothing but, suppose if I have it as AB, it's OB minus OA vector. So what is OB minus OA vector? So write OB vector, it's 2i minus j plus k minus of 3i minus 4j minus 4k. So when I subtract it, it's 2i minus 3i will give me minus I, minus j plus 4j will give me what? Plus 3j, k plus 4k will give me what? 5k vector. Got it? Now here the next one is what? CA vector. So what is your CA vector here? OA vector minus OC vector. What is your OA vector minus OC vector? That is equal to 3i minus 4j minus 4k vector minus of I minus 3j minus 5k vector. So when we subtract it, 3i minus I is what? 2i. Here again minus 4i, minus of minus will give me what? Plus. So minus 4j plus 3j will give me what? Minus j. Minus 4k plus 5k will give me what here? Plus k vector. So this is your CA vector. Next is what? Your BC vector. What is your BC vector here? OC vector minus OB vector. So what will you get? I vector minus 3j vector minus 5k vector minus of 2i vector minus j vector plus k vector. So what will you have here? I minus 2i. What is it? It's minus I. Minus 3j plus j. It's nothing but minus 2j. Minus 5k minus k. That's nothing but equal to minus 6k vector. So we'll find out what is your magnitude of each value, because I need to, in order to prove the Pythagoras theorem, we need only the magnitude actually here. We do not want the vector one here. So when I find the magnitude here of modulus of AB, Square root of 1 plus 9 plus 25, that's nothing but equal to 35. Modulus of this, magnitude of this will give me what? Square root of 2 square, it's 4 plus 1 plus 1, that's nothing but equal to root of 6. What's the next one you get here? Square root of BC, what will I get? 1 plus 4 plus 36, that's nothing but equal to root of 41. Now here again we'll just take it as modulus of AB the whole square plus modulus of CA the whole square is equal to modulus of BC squared. So when I square this, the square root goes off here. So it's 35 plus 6, that's nothing but equal to 41, that's equal to your BC squared. Therefore I can say that the given vectors, they form a right angle triangle. Correct?